and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new readings every single day. And if you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. We have the Seven of Chalices. We have the King of Swords. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Two of Swords. We have the High Priestess. We have the King of Chalices on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to get clarity on this Two of Swords. Six of Wands. Interesting. Tiny elephants. Okay. With the King of Chalices being on the bottom of the deck, there is a need for a deeper understanding of your emotions, to allow your emotions to sort of lead you to a certain truth. I'm seeing that there is a need for new perspective, and there is a need for removing certain illusions here. It's interesting because I'm seeing here that there's this concept that you have about yourself when it comes to the way that you interact with others. A lot of you have this very deep and sensitive side. With the High Priestess, there's this energy here where you're very introspective, you pay attention to detail, you pick up on other people's emotions and moods very quickly, may pick up on people lying to you or being dishonest very quickly. But there's a sort of energy here where you're being prompted with the King of Swords to learn a truth about this part of yourself. And what's interesting about this King of Swords in particular with this deck is that this King of Swords emphasizes a situation in which you turn a negative thing into a positive, depending on how you look at it, or it's something that could be a negative, that could be a missed opportunity to be turned into a positive. A lot of you may have grown up where you were told that the ideas and things that you had or your opinions were considered rude or controversial, or it's almost like because you didn't totally agree and just go along with the crowd, that you were sort of ostracized for having a different opinion or a different viewpoint. It taught a lot of you to try to be peacekeepers when it comes to conflict. It caused a lot of you to silence yourselves when you are faced with a situation where your viewpoints are in disagreement with somebody else. And what's interesting about that, you've leaned into being an introvert because of that. There's this energy here of being misunderstood. I'm very much picking up on that despite your difference of perspective and you seeing sort of a grander picture or being a little bit more spiritually awakened or self-aware or aware of others, that you think because you are that way that you have then had to be introverted because those things caused conflict with you and other people and made other people think that you were judging them or that you were being some type of way, when in reality you just disagreed and had a different viewpoint and a different perspective. What I'm seeing here is that there's a lot of underlying emotion having to do with this, where you think that in a lot of situations you're an introvert, so you don't take as many risks because you feel like you're introverted. But what I'm really picking up on here is that you are mistaking introspection with introversion. A lot of you have outgrown a lot of these situations in terms of they're either not relevant anymore, or you're just in a completely different place, or the people around you somewhat caught up to you in terms of your spiritual awakening and self-awareness and these things. But you haven't quite unlearned the behavior of choosing between this sort of different perspective and being a peacekeeper. Although you're very good at taking a lot of your lessons and moving forward with them from your past, there's certain things things that until they come to light, it's like you don't recognize that the illusion is there. These are learned behaviors. And what's interesting is in these 3 cards here, we have butterflies. So we have the butterfly with the King of Swords. We have one butterfly that's leading this one person away from the group here. And then we have a butterfly that's coming and trying to intervene with this 2 of Swords, where this person is sort of blinded and focusing on their swordsmanship. You've been divinely led on purpose through this path. And although this path sometimes can be lonely, it has also taught you a lot of lessons about being self-aware, about being accountable, about being emotionally mature. And a lot of these skills that you've gathered along the way are going to be very helpful to you and to others moving forward. But some of you need to break out of your shell a little bit because you're still sort of caught up in this energy where you're making yourself small and you're playing small because you're worried about how people are going to perceive you, because you're worried that you're considered combative or you're considered judgmental or something like that if you have a difference of opinion or if you bring a new perspective to the group or if you stand out. You're very much being prompted to understand and realize that you were born to stand out. This is part of what your purpose and your mission is, and you're being prompted to fall into a more comfortable position of being in a position where you may be at odds with the people around you in terms of understanding and seeing the big picture of things, seeing the patterns and breaking the generational curses and breaking the karmic cycles and these things. So with that being said, you're really being prompted to sit down and figure out where you may be playing small, where you may be mistaking your introspection for introversion, where maybe some of these learned behavior patterns have been influencing your decision making and influencing your life when it comes to how you move forward as a spiritual being, how you move forward in your group, in your inner circle, and really figure out what aspects of this maybe have been helping you and maybe what has actually been holding you back from reaching your full potential or stepping into a full leadership position that you're meant to be in. So this is your reading. If it resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and comment your affirmation down below. Your affirmation for this reading is, I am choosing to no longer play small. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.